What is going on, fight fans? So the saga to understanding if and when a Fight Night champion follow-up to Fight Night Champion, so maybe Fight Night Champion 2 or Fight Night Round 5 if they want to be cheeky and be like, hey, look, we're not champion no more. We continuing the one that people like the Round 3s and the Round 4s. The saga continues. Mike Straw, he's actually still live, but I think I don't have to continue to watch it to understand the gist of what he is stating for Fight Night Champion, or the sequel, right? He stated a few things very confidently. One is that the project was never abandoned. The project was always paused, which is important. There's a distinction there, because when it's abandoned, very difficult to resuscitate. When it's paused, you can have that discussion and within the corporation and maybe reboot it and if the interest is there, right? Obviously other boxing games have dropped, which can increase their likelihood to want to drop when they see that the market, people are talking about it. The views are being like people are getting views on content that comes with boxing games, so that might perk their interest. What Mike Straw stated was that they've paused, they've started work, they've paused, they've started work, they've paused, and now they're in a place where, because they're seeing engagement with content related to boxing video games, that they are now unpaused and they are actively working on a fight night. Now, for all of you out there that felt that right around the corner we're getting a fight in maybe February, watch out. No. He talked about UFC 6 more than likely coming out before the next fight night. And UFC 6 is not coming out this year. It's not coming out next year. It's going to come out in its normal release cycle. So, man, that's a far a ways from where we are right now. You mean to tell me, through his educated guess and understanding of what's going on the inside when it comes to EA Sports and Fight Night and UFC. Remember, this is a guy that was also correct on all the stuff with UFC 5 before UFC 5 dropped all of the information, the trailer and all that stuff. He already had the information before that happened. So this guy is credible in the fact that he was proven to be correct in the previous UFC 5 leading up to that whole announcement. According to his educated guess, based on where he's looking at where the production is for Fight Night Champion, the next one, that will indeed, as he stated, which is another fact that he said confidently, will indeed come out for current gen consoles, which is the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. He feels that the most reasonable time frame for a possible Fight Night release is no sooner than 2027. So basically 3 to 4 years after a UFC 6 release, which will still go through its normal cycle of 2 to 3 years before releasing. So 2027 is what he said is the earliest that we could expect a fight night. I'm not sure if he said earliest we could expect a fight night or earliest we could expect even an announcement on a fight night. So yeah, fight night is pretty far. Now, it does go in line with the whole Moneyball email where they stated that it was on pause but will restart after UFC 5. That was like a year and a half before UFC 5 was even released. But now it looks like that's not the plan. So even when we see these emails that come out and explain these different things, when they're talking internally, all of that stuff can change. All of that stuff can change, as we've seen with the Moneyball email stating that they would work on Fight Night Champion right after UFC 5, and that is not the case. They are going to work on a UFC 6. Then they will continue to work on a Fight Night, maybe, because of course nothing is public, so we don't know. But according to Mike Straw, his earliest prediction of when we can possibly see a Fight Night or see an announcement for Fight Night is 2027. Again, I absolutely love boxing video games. That is and will always be my favorite video game archetype. Nothing will ever top it, right? I want to play Grand Theft Auto 6. And don't get me wrong, man. Grand Theft Auto 6, here we come when you drop, right? But it's still never going to be over boxing video games, because that is my pride, my baby. The thing that I love more than anything is boxing video games. I'm always going to play boxing video games, and licensed boxing video game is always going to be at the top of my radar every single time. To me, the more the merrier. I want to have a fight night. I want to play a fight night. I want to see what they will do with a fight night. I want as many boxing games as I can get my hands on. Contrary to what people think, how I feel about Fight Night, Fight Night is one of my favorite game series of all time. Fight Night 2004 is one of my favorite games ever made. So yeah, I want one just as bad as you want one. However, it doesn't look good for time frame. It looks like it's going to take a while before we see one. But as I said, that's why we're doing this video here. Whatever information comes through, we're going to drop that information. We're going to talk about it here on Boxing Fanatico, and we're going to see. We're going to inform and have a discussion about Fight Night Champion. Whatever information comes out. This is the newest information that is legitimate information since the whole Moneyball situation, which this now makes the Moneyball thing irrelevant, because it's not even in line with the sequence of events that they stated would be the sequence of events when they did the Moneyball, when it was the whole Moneyball email. All right. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Are you salivating for another fight night as well? Is 2027 too far? And are you hoping that maybe they push the project up and make it a little bit quicker, and we get a fight night sooner rather than later? Let me know down in the comment section below. Of course, as always, peace out.